Have you ever wondered why lighter skin is often associated with privilege and power across so many cultures? Or why we even have racial categories in the first place? Well, a lot of that goes back to colonialism. When European powers expanded across the world, they didn't just take the land and resources, they reshaped the way we think about race itself. I'm Dr. Williams, and welcome to Psychology in 3 Minutes or Less. See, before colonialism, people weren't really divided by race the way they are today. Sure, societies had distinctions by religion, culture, or even class, but not by rigid racial categories. That changed when European nations started invading and occupying lands across Africa, Asia, and the Americas. They needed a way to justify what they were doing, and race became the perfect excuse. By claiming that non European people were less civilized, they framed colonialism as a mission to uplift the world, when in reality it was about control and exploitation. And this wasn't just talk, it was built into laws, economies, and daily life. Race determined who could own land, who had rights, and who was forced into labor. That's why the transatlantic slave trade wasn't just about cheap labor, it was about constructing a racial hierarchy where whiteness meant power and blackness meant oppression. To make sure these hierarchies stuck, colonial rulers even turned to fake science, things like measuring skulls and making absurd claims that intelligence was linked to race. These ideas weren't just racist, they were used to justify slavery, segregation, and discrimination for centuries. And even though colonialism as a system has officially ended, its impact is still everywhere. Many former colonies still experience economic inequality and the preference for lighter skin in media, beauty standards, and even hiring practices. That's colonialism's legacy, too. So, colonialism didn't just shape the borders of the world, it shaped how we see each other. And those hierarchies, they didn't disappear, they just evolved. The question is, how do we start challenging ideas that were never meant to serve all of us in the first place?